Life in the UK, Test 1. Who were the first people to arrive in Britain in what we call the Stone Age? Farmers, hunter-gatherers, warriors, or pirates? The correct answer is, the first people to live in Britain were hunter-gatherers. When did Britain become permanently separated from the continent by the Channel? 10,000 years ago? 50,000 years ago? 15,000 years ago? Or 18,000 years ago? The correct answer is, Britain became permanently separated from the continent by the Channel about 10,000 years ago. The Commonwealth has no power over its members and it cannot suspend their membership. True or false? The correct answer is false. The Commonwealth has no power over its members, although it can suspend membership. Which of the following statements regarding the Black Death is not true? 1/3 of the population in England died and a similar proportion in Scotland and Wales. It was one of the worst disasters ever to strike Britain. It affected children and old people only. Or, following the Black Death, there were labour shortages. The correct answer is, it affected children and old people only. In 1348, a disease, probably a form of plague, came to Britain. This was known as the Black Death. 1/3 of the population of England died and a similar proportion in Scotland and Wales. This was one of the worst disasters ever to strike Britain. Following the Black Death, the smaller population meant there was less need to grow cereal crops. There were labour shortages and peasants began to demand higher wages. Who was reigning in Britain when Wales became formally united with England by the Act for the Government of Wales? Henry VIII, Henry VII, Elizabeth I, or James I? The correct answer is Henry VIII. During the reign of Henry VIII, Wales became formally united with England by the Act for the Government of Wales. The Elizabethan period is known for the richness of its poetry and drama, especially for the plays and poems of which playwright? Alexander Dumas, William Shakespeare, Charles Dickens, or Thomas Hardy? The correct answer is, the Elizabethan period is remembered for the richness of its poetry and drama, especially the plays and poems of William Shakespeare. Which of the following is not a fundamental principle of British life? Tolerance of those with different faiths and beliefs, the rule of law, autocracy, or democracy? The correct answer is autocracy. The fundamental principles of British life include tolerance of those with different faiths and beliefs, the rule of law, democracy, individual liberty, and participation in community life. Which two of the following are environmental charities? Crisis, the National Trust, Friends of the Earth, PDSA? The correct answer is, the National Trust and Friends of the Earth are environmental charities. Which flag has a diagonal red cross on a white ground? The Cross of St. George, patron saint of England, the Cross of St. Patrick, patron saint of Ireland, the Cross of St. David, patron saint of Wales, or the Cross of St. Andrew, patron saint of Scotland? The correct answer is, the Cross of St. Patrick, patron saint of Ireland, is a diagonal red cross on a white ground. Where is the city of Swansea located? In England, in Scotland, in Wales, or in the Isle of Man? The correct answer is, Swansea is located in Wales. When is Christmas Eve celebrated? The 24th of December, the 26th of December, the 25th of December, or the 27th of December? The correct answer is, Christmas Eve is celebrated on the 24th of December. Which British sportsman won 5 consecutive gold medals at the Olympic Games in the rowing category? Sir Chris Hoy, Christopher Dean, Bradley Wiggins, or Sir Steve Redgrave. The correct answer is Sir Steve Redgrave won gold medals in rowing at 5 consecutive Olympic Games and is one of Britain's greatest Olympians. What is the name of the site of the annual Remembrance Day service? Cenotaph, Stonehenge, Grimsby, or Scunthorpe? The correct answer is the Cenotaph in Whitehall is the site of the annual Remembrance Day service attended by the Queen, politicians, and foreign ambassadors. Who was the inventor of the World Wide Web? Sir Tim Berners-Lee, Sir Peter Mansfield, Sir Ian Wilmot, or Sir Bernard Lavelle? The correct answer is the inventor of the World Wide Web was Sir Tim Berners-Lee. Information was successfully transferred via the web for the first time on the 25th of December 1990. What does the UK offer to its residents or citizens? Choose 5 answers. Freedom of belief and religion, freedom of speech, free university tuition fees, freedom from unfair discrimination, a right to a fair trial, or a right to join in the election of a government. The UK offers to its residents or citizens freedom of belief and religion, freedom of speech, freedom from unfair discrimination, a right to a fair trial, and a right to join in the election of a government. When did the Wars of the Roses start? In 1388, in 1455, in 1462, or in 1478? The correct answer is in 1455, a civil war was begun to decide who should be King of England. It was fought between the supporters of 2 families, the House of Lancaster and the House of York. This war was called the Wars of the Roses because the symbol of Lancaster was a red rose and the symbol of York was a white rose. How many members does the Scottish Parliament have? 60, 90, 120, or 129? The correct answer is there are 129 members of the Scottish Parliament who are elected by a form of proportional representation. What does the term coalition refer to? If no political party wins a majority, a new election is held to vote for one of the top 2 parties only. The candidate who gets the most votes is elected. If no political party wins a majority, 2 parties may join and govern together, or if an MP dies or resigns, there will be a fresh election. The correct answer is the government is usually formed by the party that wins the majority of constituencies. If no party wins a majority, 2 parties may join together to form a coalition. The public can listen to debates in the Palace of Westminster from public galleries in both the House of Commons and the House of Lords. True or false? This statement is true. Pool and darts are traditional pub games. True or false? This statement is true. When did the UK join the European Economic Community, EEC? In 1957, in 1963, in 1973, or in 1977? The correct answer is the UK joined the EEC in 1973. In the UK, how old do you have to be able to drink wine or beer with a meal, provided that you are with someone over 18? 14 years old, 15 years old, 16 years old, or 17 years old? The correct answer is when they are 16, people can drink wine or beer with a meal in a hotel or restaurant, including eating areas in pubs, as long as they are with someone over 18. Who is the spiritual leader of the Church of England? The Pope, the Archbishop of Canterbury, St. Augustine, or St. Columba? The correct answer is the spiritual leader of the Church of England is the Archbishop of Canterbury. Civil servants cannot stand for public office. True or false? This statement is true. If you liked this video or have any questions, please comment below. For more videos like this, you can subscribe to this channel. Good luck with your test!